Hello, Kipsters. Hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Today, we are going to kind of review what we worked on Thursday, which was the melody Nearpods. So far, we've done tempo. So far, we've worked with dynamics. So far, we worked with notation, writing the notes, and also rhythm. So today, we're going to, like I said, review melody and then kind of continue on with it until we hit our timer mark. So just bear with me today as we go through this beginning part. We're going to go through it kind of quick, and then we will start right when we get to the song of the song that I'll be playing this morning. Okay. So again, our essential question: how is melody used in music? Again, if you're not following along in the Nearpod already, go ahead and click the link to the Nearpod and just follow along with me as I click next through this Nearpod, so that we're together and we're moving together at the same time. So you guys have a little bit more help as you navigate these Nearpods. Okay. So again, our essential question: how is melody used in music? Okay, just think about that. How is melody used in music? So if you remember a little bit from Thursday, melody is sort of like what the main part of a song. So if you're thinking of your favorite song right now, whatever you think of, if you sing it in your head, the main part of the song that you sing is the melody. Okay, so melody is obviously very important to music and what you hear in the music and how you listen to it. So knowing a little bit more about it will make us tons times better musicians. Okay, so moving on, click next if you're following along in the Nearpod. Again, our learning objectives: define melody and describe its components, identify different pitches and distinguish whether a sound is high or low, and interpret, recognize, and create a melodic contour. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Isaac is talking a little funny today. I went to the dentist this morning, so my talking may be a little off today, but we'll get through it. All right. Let's get started. So again, we've already done this. Go ahead and click next. Exploring melody. So we're going to start off. It says we're going to do Chrome Music Lab. We're just going to click next again and then click it again. So go ahead and X out of the pop-up. If you want to do this on your own, you can pause and then work it with Melody Maker again, but you should have already done this on Thursday. So we click next. And again, we should have already answered this, so you should see a bunch of answers pop up. What happened to the sound when you clicked on the boxes? And Mr. Isaac wrote, the sounds changed based on how high or low I clicked the box. So again, if you remember, if I clicked the box up top, it was a higher note, and if I clicked it lower, it was a low note. Moving on, click next. You should be on the slide that says Let's Learn. If you're not, go ahead and get there. Today's lesson, we're going to continue learning about melody. We will practice recognizing different pitches, especially sounds that are high and low. Okay, so again, as I was working on before, we're going to be able to identify when a sound is higher and when a sound is lower. So like on the piano, when a sound is high and when a sound is low. Okay. We will also examine and create melodic contours. So that is something we didn't get to today. All right, so this is where the lesson is going to continue on. We're going to get to melodic contours. And just remember how important melody is as we go through this slide. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and skip both of these as well. We're not going to listen to this song again. All right, and this open-ended question we've already done. I'll read it again, and then I'll show you my answer. How did the song help you learn your body parts when you were younger? So I believe that song was head, shoulders, knees and toes, eyes and ears and mouth and nose, head, shoulders, knees and toes. And we talked about, again, how this song helped us when we were kids learn about body parts. I just put in the song, the body part you sang about, you also had to touch. So very simple answer. Go ahead and submit that answer when you were done. I've been loving to see the submissions from you guys on Nearpod. Would like to see more, of course. I would like to see everyone get a submission in there, the people who sign their names. But I know that we all don't get there as quickly as others. Melody, I'm going to read these really quick and then we move on. Think of your favorite song. So as I was saying, think of your favorite song. The tune you are thinking of is the melody of the song. So just like head, shoulders, knees and toes. That is the melody. Bum, 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 bum. All right, that's the melody of the song. So essentially how the song sounds, what makes up the tune of the song is the melody. Okay, very important, obviously. Otherwise, we'd just be playing rhythms. We'd just be beating our drums. All right, we would be playing, it wouldn't sound, it would be random. It wouldn't always be the same melody coming up, and it wouldn't be a song. It would just be noise or essentially noise. Okay, so Very important to realize the importance of melody. All right, rhythm. Melody is made up of rhythms and pitch. So, before we talked about rhythms, we had our quarter notes, our eighth notes. Head, head. So we have a 2-beat head. What's 2 beats? Half note. Head, shoulders, knees. And we heard that shoulders was fast. Head, shoulders. What's a fast note? What do we call that fast note? Eighth note. If you got that right, awesome. You guys have been learning. Head, shoulders, knees in. And also knees in is also an eighth note. Toes, knees and toes. And then toes, knees and toes. Quarter note, eighth note, quarter note. So you can see that a melody is made up of rhythms, okay? And then the notes come as well. Sorry. So we have pitches. We have our musical alphabet. G, A, G, F, E. Sorry. A, G, A, G, F, E, G, E, G, G, E, G, G, G. Sorry, I can't really play in other notes at the same time. But you get the idea. The rhythms and the pitches make up the melody, okay? Pitch is how high and low the notes sound. So when I go higher, I'm just changing the pitch, okay? Melody, tap your fingers slowly, then speed them up. Changing how quickly you move your finger changes the rhythm of the sound, but not the pitch, okay? So pretty self-explanatory there. The faster we move our fingers, the faster the rhythm is for eighth notes, for quarter notes, for whole notes. But it doesn't change the pitch. So I can go slow. I can go fast, but the melody is still the same. I'll go fast this time. Sorry, I messed up there, but you see the idea. The pitches stay the same even when I go fast, but the rhythm does change. Our last slide here. Pitch. To change the pitch of the music, you need to change how high or low the sound is. All right, we did this. We're not going to practice this again, but remember last time there was different animals, and each animal had a different pitch to it. So the gorilla had a low pitch, and the small baby monkey had a higher pitch. So we're going to skip this video again. So go ahead and click next, and then skip the video. And you see here that I have, downloaded pictures from Google. You can click the picture slide here, or text or write the different high pitch and low pitch animals. So we had the low pitched lion and the rhinoceros and the high pitched bird, and the elephant was actually surprisingly high pitched even for how big it is. So just because it's big doesn't mean it's always low pitched. Okay, something to remember. Moving on, go ahead and click next. Here are some examples of high-pitched things. Remember, we had the bird, the whistle, the cell phone, and we have some low-pitched things, the rocket, a drum, and a thunderstorm. All right, all low-pitched things that we have encountered throughout our lives so far. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move on from this as well. We already did that. We're going to listen to this song, all right? So this is something we're going to listen to. We're going to listen to the Requiem in D minor by Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart. All right, so some of you may have heard of Mozart already. If not, Mozart was a famous musician from the 1500s, I believe, and just someone who has made music for us and kind of set the standard for what music is today. Okay, so again, we're going to listen to Requiem in D minor, and it has low pitch and high pitch sounds. When you hear the sounds that have high pitch, go ahead and raise your hand, and when you hear the sounds that have low pitch, sit down. Okay, I'm going to start this halfway, because I believe we've done half of this before. So I'm going to start it halfway, and we'll just listen halfway. It's kind of hard to listen, but if you want to listen on your own and pause my video, you can do that as well. What dynamic level is this? And we talked about dynamics. One of them begins with an F. The other one begins with a P. What dynamic level is this? If you didn't know, it was piano. But if you did know, awesome job, you guys. Okay, moving on to the next slide. Okay, let's dig deeper. So this is where we should have left off last week, and this is where we will continue now. So we should have about 15 minutes left in this video, and then we will be done with this portion of the day. Okay, melodic contour. Melodies can be made up of two notes or hundreds of notes. The contour is how a melody moves between different notes or sounds. It can move up or down as the sound gets higher or lower. We can think of it as the shape of music. So when we see music on a page, you can see sometimes the notes will be going up, and the pitches will be going higher, and then sometimes the notes will be going down. Okay, this is just the melodic contour. This is how, like they were saying, this is the shape of the music. And normally when we read music, we can kind of guess what the music sounds like based off of just seeing how the highs and lows of the music. Okay. Moving on to the next slide, go ahead and click the second slide if you're following along, which you should be. Let's practice following along with a contour of the birthday song. As you sing the song, put your finger on each dot to follow along. Watch the dots become higher and lower as the pitches change. Also notice how the length of the dot changes with the length of the note. Okay, so we're going to work with these colors here. So again, on the second slide, you see the orange one, the blue one, and then the pink one and the green one. So they go in order of the verses that they have. So if you see the orange one, it should sound like this. Happy birthday to you. So you see how the first one is kind of low. Happy birthday, and the second one is a little bit higher than that. That's birthday. So go ahead and try to sing the orange one only. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. And you see how the fifth orange one, is a little bit higher than birth. Okay, so that means you have to go higher as well when you're singing it. So follow along with your finger again if you haven't done that. We're going to sing the orange one again and then move on. 1, 2, go. Happy birthday to you. Sing the blue one. Ready, go. Happy birthday to you. So even higher than the last one. Sing both of those, the blue and the orange one. So the orange one first. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Again. Happy birthday to you. Good. Now the last one, the last two, the pink one, we got to go really high on this one. Happy birthday. We go really high with our finger. Follow along on the fingers. 1, 2. Happy birthday, dear whoever. Let's do dear whoever. Happy birthday, dear whoever. 1, 2. Happy birthday, dear whoever. And then the last one. Happy birthday to you. Let's sing the whole song from the beginning, following along with your finger. You guys know the words. You don't need to help. You don't need any help with the words again. Just follow along with your finger. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Bigger. Happy birthday, dear whoever. Happy birthday to you. Okay, nice job. Great job singing today, guys. I'm glad you enjoyed singing with me there. Okay, melodic contour. So next we're going to watch a portion of Bach's first cello suite. So Johann Sebastian Bach. And he is also someone around the same time as Mozart. All right, so all those guys, Beethoven, Bach, Mozart, they were all around the same era and all very important into what music is today. We're going to listen to Bach's first cello suite to help us recognize melodic contour. So watch as the dots get higher and lower as the pitches change, just like the melodic contour you saw on the previous slide. Is this a string instrument or is this a woodwind instrument? You should be able to tell by the sound of it. What's the tempo here? Is it largo? Is there any crescendos? Is it moderato? What's the dynamic? Very lovely song. So go ahead and click next. If you want to listen to that again, you can pause me and listen again. It is a very nice song, one of my favorites. Look at the contour of this melody. It's the contour, the shape of the music, the shape of the circles. The next note is a lower pitch than the note before it. Draw the next note on the contour. Make sure to place it correctly. So the next note on this contour is going to be lower than the note before it. So we're going to just draw a circle, and it's simply just going to be a note. Sorry, let me redo that. This is not pretty. Make it purple. Is there any purple? No purple. We'll do red. We're going to draw just a circle below it. All right, and this is a totally new note, as you can see, because there's no other note in the same line as it. I'll make a line here in a second. Remember to take your time on this, no rush, all right? And you see I just made a completely new note because there's no line here, all right? So if we were to play this on piano, you would hear a whole new note right there. But it is lower than the note before. You can see it's lower than the note before it up here. All right. So once you get that drawn, go ahead and click Submit. And we should be on Let's Try Together. All right, we're almost done with this lesson for today. Fill in the contour. So next we're going to play a game called Fill in the Contour, where you would need to fill in a missing dot in the melodic contour. Again, you will need to fill in a missing dot in the melodic contour. So kind of just what we saw in the video and as well what we just did in the draw it. Remember, contours show how a melody moves between notes. You can draw your dot either higher or lower than the dot before, depending on if the sound is higher or lower pitched. Sing Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, then fill in the last note, drawing a dot inside the box. I'm going to play it for you. Twinkle, twinkle, little. Sing that much again, just with me. I'll sing it with you this time. 1, 2, ready, go. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Do we go up or down? Listen again. Just listen this time. Don't sing. Listen if we go up or down. Ready? Here we go. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. We go down, okay? So it should have been easy for you to get there. So I'm going to go ahead and make a star, and I'm actually going to make it right in line with the second ones because that is technically the same note. And I'll play it for you so you can prove, so I can prove myself right. Listen for little and twinkle, twinkle. Listen for the second twinkle and then the word star. This should be the same note. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. All right, so if it's the same note, let's go ahead and just keep it on the same line when we're doing this. All right, so make sure you put it right around there and make it yellow for the sake of making it yellow. All right, submit once you have done that. And we have a poll. For Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, was your dot higher or lower than the one before it? I'm going to wait unless you enter it on your own. All this talking is making my mouth hurt even more. And let's go lower, okay? Because that is the answer we chose in the draw before. And our open-ended question. How do contours help us recognize a song's melody? How do contours help us recognize a song's melody? So I kind of said it a little bit before. I'm gonna let you think a little bit on your own, but just kind of give you some reminders, just so you can have a reminded answer. When we see a contour, we kind of know if it's going to go higher or lower, right? I think that's essentially the answer. So I'm gonna write seeing a contour or knowing the contour allows us to sort of know where the melody is going. It doesn't always tell us because we don't always know the pitch based off of contour, but we do know that it's going higher. All right. We do know that it's going higher. So if you were ever to study music in college, you would do a lot of work with this. Okay. It's called sight singing, where you see a piece of music and you can just sing it because you already know the music. You already know what it sounds like because you look at the contour, and you know what it sounds like because you're good at seeing the pitch, whatever note it is, and you can just sing it off the top of your head. So if you were ever to go to college, this is something you would really work on, but it's really nice that we get this little practice here. So once your answer looks something like this, go ahead and click submit. Okay. I think this is going to be the last game we play. Let's play a game called Create the Contour, where you will work with a partner to create a contour to match a specific melody. Remember, for your contour, each sound should have a dot. Listen to this melody. With a partner, draw a contour to match the melody you hear. There are 12 notes in the melody. You should have 12 dots in your contour.
The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell.
So I'm going to give you guys just 1 minute to do this on your own. I'm going to time your minute. Go ahead and try to do it again, and click play on this Nearpod if you're following along, just so you can hear it. We should be on the draw that says listen to this melody. I'll sing it for you so you can hear it without clicking it. The farmer and the dell, the farmer and the dell. I'm going to give you a hint here, guys, a hint, so this will help you out. There's only 4 notes here. The farmer and the dell, the farmer and the dell. Now there's only 4 pitches. There is 12 notes. There's only 4 pitches. So that means you only need 4 different lines or 4 different spaces where your circles are, but there are 12 circles. Sorry, I missaid that. The farmer and the dell, the farmer and the dell. I'm going to go ahead and start working on it. I'm just going to make X's so it's a little bit easier so I can get this done quicker. The far, and don't feel free to do it slow. The farmer and the dell. We go a little bit higher, and we even go a little bit higher. Farmer. You see how I'm only writing the ones I sing, so I know I won't mess up. The farmer and the dell. So I'm gonna sing this contour. The farmer and the dell, the farmer and the dell. And then I'm gonna make sure that I have, what is that? How many notes do I need? 12. I'm gonna make sure I have 12 notes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12, so I must be right. Okay, so if your contour looks at something like this, then you are on the right track, my friend. Okay, we're going to wrap up our video after we click submit here, and we're going to continue on with melody tomorrow. As always, Mr. Isaac wants you to remind you of 3 very important things. You are kind, you are smart, you are important. I'm so happy you guys have been following along with these lessons. I really hope you have been enjoying them, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have an awesome day, you guys.